Good morning, everyone. Appreciate you being here. I want to, again, wish Coach Rogers and the women's soccer team good luck today. We, with no classes here today. Obviously, we went this morning, so our guys will be done and finished up, able to watch the game, 6 o'clock tonight. So we're looking forward to that and wish them the very best. And also want to take a moment to just to give thanks and very humbled appreciation for the men and women that serve our armed forces, past and present. And we certainly respect and value their service for sure. A couple things I'm going to share with the team today. One, they know, but two, I'm going to Peden Stadium, 1929. You guys know that. There's served as I wrote this down here. It's on the bronze statue right outside the stadium. Served as housing for the influx of World War II veterans that enrolled at Ohio University following the war. Pretty cool fact. And then the one that the team is aware, Coach Hess is obviously a veteran and was just awarded the Silver Star this past spring in May in Columbus for his actions in World War II. He was a member of the then called underwater demolition team, which is now known as the Navy SEALs. So Coach Hess is obviously, a legend here as a coach, but served our country in an unbelievable manner. And again, Navy SEAL thing's pretty cool. So I wanted to share that with everyone this morning. Back on to the Buffalo game. A couple of things I failed to mention in post game, and you get back and watch the film. But we were without Rodney inside. Austin Brawley was not able to play, and a couple of guys. Kobe Gorman had a whale of a game. Braylon Henderson, whale of a game. Both those guys were our defensive lineman players of the week. In Rodney's absence, they're very, very excited. Two young players that have, kind of played a limited role with Rodney's play and Brayon, and Vonnie and Shane Bonner and Bradley Weaver, and they have been great teammates and waited for their opportunity and got it and really played well. I'm very excited. We got Jeremiah Wood back. He played 60 snaps or close, over 50. And he's been out since basically the FAU game. He was a huge factor in a great defensive effort, which I'm sure you guys saw the release. Key was awarded the MAC East Defensive Player of the Week earlier this morning, and obviously it's well deserved. But I wanted to, just defensively, again, just another solid performance and great adjustments with what they were seeing. And they continued to do great things, which we'll need to come down the stretch here. Offensively, I thought probably as good as half as we could have played in the second half. We scored every possession and didn't have the point production that you want. Kent State was a good second half, if you guys recall. And it was tough conditions. I will say the wind throwing with it wasn't a slam dunk because it was pretty breezy. And then going into it, it was really tough to push the ball down the field in the second half in the fourth quarter. But and then I'm gonna special teams wise, no question our best performance of the year. Huge in field position. We were like plus 16, I believe. In field position in that game, and it was probably the difference. I don't want to take away anything from the defensive effort, the offensive effort, but there's a lot of good things in all three phases, and you go on the road, win a tight ball game. We're happy with it. Moving forward, we're looking forward to being back at home in front of our fans on the Frank. Just a comment on we're scheduled to have just like last year, the Pups at Peden. For the Central Michigan game. Brooke and I are going to anyone that has a donation with dog food, purchase the tickets and take the inventory or donations to the local dog shelter. We're Big fan of the dog shelter. Our dog Macy came from dog shelter, and my son's Cash. So we appreciate that. I want to make sure and and mention that to you. But on to Central Michigan. I'll start with their offense. Be a huge challenge for our defense. They are as complex offensive unit that we've seen. They have every scheme that you can think of on offense. They've multiple personnel packages. They are a physical downhill unit. Solid, really good running backs that run hard, good tight ends, fullbacks, and we're going to have to have a great performance from our front seven. The quarterback is really coming on. We're going to have keep eyes on him. He can take off. I mean, he's can beat you with his feet, beat you with his arm, and you just can't keep, but you can't key on him because of the running game, the running backs they have. So, which opens up, you're vulnerable to the play action pass stuff, and they've always got 2 or 3 wrinkles for you that you hadn't seen just by watching them game by game and how they progress as an offense. And so it'll be a huge challenge. Communication will be huge. We're going to have to match their physical, how they are up front, their physicality. And so it should be a really good matchup. Defensively, their front seven's probably their strength. I know their numbers aren't great. That's what it is. The number 10, the inside defensive lineman, he's the best one we've probably seen all year. He is dynamic. I mean, he'll be a early draft pick, and I hope. Is he a senior? I'm sorry. Forgive me if I hope he. I hope he is, and I hope if he's not, I hope they draft him early. He's he's a great player, and we're going to have to know where he's at all times. He can stop the run. He can get after the passer, and they're solid at linebacker. Former Ohio football coach Jesse Williams is their defensive line coach, so he'll have he'll know kind of our system and what we do. So we'll have to be smart with the communication piece of it, but it should be really a great matchup, and we're glad we're at home, and looking forward to another action on a Wednesday evening. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Eric Decker with the Athens Messenger. Coach, obviously after such an emotional loss against Miami, you guys needed a sort of bounce back win. You guys get that. What have you just seen from the locker room in terms of re-energizing and getting back?
I'll be honest. It was a tough loss. Again, like I have said before, that game's circled on both teams' calendars, and we came out on the wrong end of it. And so you're worried about how your team's going to respond. And you have meetings, have practice. We prepared for Buffalo, but you just not sure how we're going to respond, and leading up to the game. But I couldn't be happier with what we got done. All 3 phases, as I said, and there was a lot of hurt in that locker room, but we got a lot of older guys. They got us through it. And we've got a lot of younger guys that was their first time, so it was really challenging from the staff. When you calculate in the expectations of the season and what the ramifications of win or losing in that game, it's a we haven't been in that spot really in my time. We've had big games, but we were on the wrong side of it, and I think we got through it. But that's really all I can say to it, is just tell the truth about it. And I'm proud of the leaders of our team, and just with the win at Buffalo.
Aiden Crowley with WAB. Just to follow up on Key, we've spoken to Bryce and Key a number of times. They always joke that they feel like if one gets Player of the Week, the other one wants it. Do you feel that competitiveness at practice and kind of inside the walls between the two of them?
I do. I think we do. It's a competitive thing, and I think they have fun with it. It's not a driving force, but it's just something that they're former roommates when they first came. They're, and I said this on the radio show last night. We've got a long history of linebackers here. Quentin Poling, Blair Brown. They wanted to be the next Noah Keller. Noah was 10, 12 years ago, and Bryson Key came. They wanted to be the next Quentin Poling and Blair Brown. And here they are. I can't believe that their time's drawing near, but it is. But yeah, they have fun with it. I think it's a good thing. But we all need Key and Bryce and Bryce and Key to keep doing those things.
You've always mentioned throughout the year just how important it is to play at home and play in front of these fans. It's the last opportunity coming up. So what does it just mean, and what do you guys want to put on the field for one?
Yeah, again, it'll be an emotional time, the last one for a number of guys, and their contribution to their careers here and their legacy, And I want it to be I want them to have fun. It's a game, and we only get 12 opportunities a year to do this thing, And so we're going to cherish every moment the best that we can, and put our best foot forward for these guys to play one last time at Peden. And by doing that, you prepare. Starting today, we're starting today with our first practice in the Central Michigan game plan, and we're going to prepare them like we do. And have them peaking at the right time.
Maria Manesi, WAB. CA obviously had a great game, specifically in the second half with most scores. What did you see from him, and how important will it be to kind of get him in the offense going early?
I think, again, he did. He had a great second half. I mean, we were so limited with just having the ball, And so, how do you fix that? You get a few more first downs, and then they're watching us. All right, pretty simple. But CA and O'Shawn, they continue to run hard between the tackles, get extra yards, and we're looking to get both of them hopefully off to a good start, in the game. I think balance is a word that I use a lot, but we're going to call the plays that need to be called to win the game. That's our ultimate goal. And there hasn't been a lot of style points on offense, really for the whole year. A lot of style, just as far as I'm going to call it style points, but we found a way to put ourselves in position to win games, and we've certainly earned them all up to this point.
I kind of want to ask, coming into the year, one of the questions was kind of the kicking game, especially after someone like Vacos leaving the program. Even though it hasn't gone perfect this year, you guys are still in the upper half of the MAC in terms of field goal kicking. So what's just been your assessment of that so far?
Yeah, again, it has been a work in progress, and you get a valid point, with the loss of Nathaniel, I mean, he's the best kicker in the Big Ten, I think. If I don't look at the numbers, but his older brothers, is one of our student workers, does student assistants, and does a great job, and our development as a special teams unit has, we've got some younger guys on all four units, and we didn't play our best against Miami. Played our best the next week. We challenged them, had a big presentation on their contribution to the Buffalo game in front of the whole team yesterday in this room. So we are definitely continue to work hard and try to inject some different personnel. Again, Jeremiah Wood being back has helped. Mecca Ryder on the outside on punt team, unbelievable. Byron Pearson, unbelievable night against Buffalo. Those two guys. And that's been a focal point for us on some units, and they stepped up. So they were huge in that game. With 2 left to go, they're going to be down to the wire, and we're going to need to continue to get good play out of all 4 units in special teams.
Coach, you mentioned kind of the bounce attack from Central Michigan, their ability to work off play action. With how aggressive your defense is normally, is it ever a tough balancing act for that group when they are trying to fly to the football like they are?
down and distance will be huge in this game. I think it's going to be a big thing. Second and short is different than second and long, right? And it affects play calling, and then tackle for losses dictate chains. Whether you're behind in the chains. Whether it be from a penalty or a tackle for loss, and so getting Central Michigan to third down will probably be as important as any game all year long. And your third and long is different than third and medium, and with their the thing that worries you, again, the play action stuff, because they're so complex in the run scheme stuff. But then when they drop back to pass, we covered them. That quarterback takes off. He can hurt you. So opening statements, I talked about having eyes on him. We're going to have to mix it up and try to make them one-dimensional. So again, there's some coach speaking there, but it's all things that our guys are hearing right now and throughout the course of the week.
You kind of mentioned it right there a little bit, but Jace Bauer had 30 touchdowns last week, won each of the previous 2. What has he just been able to do well passing-wise?
Again, he's gotten better, I think, each week. And I can't speak to, the things he's doing to the line of scrimmage just by watching film. But you got to tip your hat to the production, the things that you pointed out. It's 28 points against Western, right? Was what he had. I mean, total as far as an offense, and they've got a good defensive unit. So again, they got him trending the right way. It'll be a great matchup for us.